Hey everybody, welcome to another Toy Manga review. Today is going to be another first time for me. It is going to be my first Mafex figure, and that one is going to be the Hush Batman. This is the blue version. I can't afford the black version because nobody wants to sell it for a normal price. That one does come with the stand that's like the gargoyle on the edge of the building. It's super cool, but honestly, I want to get a Mafex figure. I want to get one done. It's going to be, I'm really excited about it. This guy looks really cool. I was able to get him for trade with a friend in Open Box Mafia, and let's get him open. Let's go over the accessories, the articulation, do some size comparisons with the usual suspects, and then we are going to get a final moral of the story and consensus about my feelings towards this figure and Mafex in general. Hopefully there aren't any QC issues. I know Mafex is infamous for that, but let's go ahead, tear into this, and get going. Okay, so right out the box, he feels a little fragile. The belt is just kind of loose there. Of course, the cape is massive. It's absolutely ridiculous massive, and I don't really have a problem with that. My only issue is that the wire on the outside is great. There's another wire right on the inside here, but there's nothing in the middle. So even if you get the two on each side up, pardon my struggling here. Even if you get those up, the middle just droops. So you can't escape that droop in the middle. You can probably fold it over. You can maybe get something going there. I'm sure there's different materials you can use to achieve that. But he, again, my inexperience is showing. He feels very fragile. The more I play with it, the more sturdy it does feel. So let's get into the articulation. You know the drill. You got your, this is without moving the neck joint here. You can look down, up, you get a good tilt. You get a really good tilt that way, not so much that way. Maybe that is the same, maybe I'm crazy. No, the neck joint is good. You can get that little chicken peck going. You got a butterfly joint in there. That feels more like home. I'm still recovering after that Wolverine, that Revoltech. Let's get this folded back so we can see. So yeah, you can get easy T-pose, Y pose, whatever you want to do. You get that full arm rotation, which is great. Not that you're ever going to need to reach backwards, but you can if you so choose. Double jointed elbow. While he does have some pretty impressive muscles, it doesn't really quite hinder it too much. And then you got your bicep swivel. You get a full 360-degree swivel, which is nice. And that butterfly joint really is nice. It really does allow lots of different things. If you want to do the whole Dracula cape thing, it looks really cool. Your ball joint on the wrist is really nice, full rotation obviously. You got your wrist rotation, all that good stuff. Now this is new for me. I've seen these on reviews. You can kind of pull it down almost, so you get that gap, but you get more rotation that way. So not quite a full split. Double jointed knee is pretty perfect. You can, the second you start going towards 90 degree, it starts to hit, because my man's got some impressive quads here. There we go. But yeah, double jointed knees are great. That ab crunch really is nice. Gets really gappy when you go backwards, but you can do that, and that's what you got the cape for. Cover him up. Use it like a robe. But yeah, the waist joint's really nice. You get that full rotation with that ball joint in there, and then you got full waist as well, so you can really get some cool, you know, flying kind of things going with that cape out. Really get some cool stuff flying off the rooftop. Looks really nice. But yeah, the legs do kind of have a drop down thing here. I'm not very good at it, but yeah. Toe hinge, thigh swivel, slight thigh swivel. It kind of goes like on an angle, like a diagonal. So yeah, overall articulation is great. Feels good in the hand, as weird as that sounds. He's not as fragile. You know what? I'm used to these beefier figures, these heavier figures. I guess Mafex figures are really... Oh, look at that. That just popped out. That's cool. I don't like how easily that comes out. There's not like a really satisfying pop to that. But anyway, it's in there. It's not loose, really. It's fine. But the cape is cumbersome. That's something that, you know, can be adjusted for. I'll adjust. It'll be fine. I'll be okay. We'll all be okay. Things are going to be better for all of us. Anyway, he is very cool. He's very easy to pose. He stands a lot easier than I originally assumed he was going to. I thought he was going to be a nightmare because he's so spindly feeling compared to all my other figures. Well, most are Storm or Mezco, so those are obviously beefier. But so let's get into the accessories. He's got a ton of hands, a lot of really cool stuff, so let's get into that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into these accessories. Now, he has a ton, most obviously being hands. He's got some batarangs, he's got some grapple hook stuff, he's got some head sculpts. Let's go ahead and get into this. So we'll start with the hands. He's got two almost closed fists, but they're open slightly, as you can see there. Most likely for batarangs, or if he's holding on to, I don't know, some kind of cable of some sort, but probably batarangs. And then we have the batarang, like, knife claw hands. Now, his left hand, they're a little janky. They're a little bent up. This one is just all messed up. This doesn't look like anything that happened in the box. Definitely, you know, just... I know Mafex is plagued with various QC issues. That just happens to be the one that I got, We got his, open, relaxed palms. Those are very nice. No bent fingers or anything like that. We got some trigger hands here. Now, those are going to be, I don't know. I mean, his grapple gun hands have their own grapple hand, but has their own grapple hook. But you can also throw some batarangs in between the fingers there. There's space for those. So let's just call them his batarang hands, because that's honestly what you're really gonna fit. You're not gonna throw a gun in there unless you're making, Flashpoint Batman, and you can do that. If you want to customize him to look like Flashpoint, use guns and just straight go Punisher on people, you can do that. You got your action palms. His hands are just open. He's doing some karate. He's catching somebody's punches or catching somebody's attacks. And then you have your grapple hook hands. These are really cool. There's one for each. I don't know how often you're going to be going grapple hook akimbo here and having dual wielding grapple hooks, because that's a little weird, but you have the option. Now there's a little hole in there. You can kind of see it won't really focus. There we go. Which is going to fit your grapple hook effect here. Now mine came a little bent, so that's another one that I got. But we're gonna go ahead and stick that right in there. And now you have it, you know, like that. So he can be pre-shot, and just have that loaded up for some pretty cool picks. And then you have your full-on extended grapple hook. Now that is a metal wire, so you don't want to bend that. You're gonna break it. So just don't do it. Keep it out straight, have them hanging or swinging. That seems to be the best course of action. Then we got the batarangs. He comes with 2 of each. He's got his little boomerang looking ones. Very cool. Yeah, they're very Shredder-esque, like the top of Shredder's like little samurai helmet. And then you got your classic bat shaped ones. They're very cool. They have a very cool like metallic paint job on them. They're not metal. They are hard plastic, so just be gentle with them. You got your grit teeth head. Now he does have these like gray teeth. I don't know what's going on. The lips or gums make them look like purplish. Like he just ate a really, really good grape icy snow cone or something, and he's got some brain freeze. So we got our brain freeze head sculpt, but it is very nice. And then we have our Bruce Wayne unmasked head with the neck, and that neck obviously does pop right off. It's got the ball peg right in there. It's like one of those angled ones. So we'll throw that back in there. Very satisfying pops. My neck joint, however, doesn't have a satisfying pop. It just kind of comes out. So there's not really much confirmation that it's in there fully. It comes out very easily, but I'm not going to be yanking on that much. So we're going to leave that as it is because I don't want to mess them up. So yeah, pretty stacked as far as hands go. A lot of opportunities for really cool photos. I mean, that cape alone is an amazing accessory. It's huge, it's obnoxious, but it's great. It's really cool. So let's get into some size comparisons. He is a little tiny, but he will stack up with most Mafex figures pretty fine. I don't really want to start bringing them out to compare because I'm going to do reviews on them, so it's kind of a little surprise situation. But we got some Storms. I got a Sentinel Miles Morales over here that we can do, and yeah, we're going to get into those, and we will be right back. Okay, now for the fun part. We're going to do some size comparisons. Now, I'm going to be a little all over with lines because the figures that I feel would be appropriate to compare him with as, you know, like other Mafex figures, I don't have opened yet because I'm saving those for another review. So I'm going to throw in some randoms that I have lying around, whatever's in reach. So we're going to start off with a really unorthodox one. We're going to do the NECA Gargoyles Goliath figure. Obviously a lot more huge, brutish, but I think some Batman Gargoyle stuff can be really cool. I just got a Demonia in. Again, shout out to my family, Peter from Open Box Mafia and the rest of Open Box Mafia. He was able to share a link with me that someone shared to a NECA group that the Demonias were back in stock on Target. I nabbed one of the last 3. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a review of her as well. So we have our Revoltech Origami 13 brand name Wolverine, which is a very good height. He stacks up with them pretty well. I think that could be a cool team up for some cool photos. So yeah, I'm going to get him out of here for space reasons, not outer space. That would be very cool though. I am a very big fan of space, both personal and outer. We're going to go ahead and throw a Storm Collectibles Hanzo from World Perfect Heroes. So if you want to get into the whole ninja Batman thing, you got some ninjas to have him fight alongside or just to fight. We have our the tiniest bean, Sentinel Miles Morales. I think that would be a really cool thing too. You could do some cool cityscape stuff. I think that would be a really cool team up. He's got ridiculous amounts of accessories, impossible amounts of accessories, and I'm gonna go ahead and do probably a review for him as well. So we're gonna have two more here. I'm just gonna get them both in here. We have our Mcfarland Riddler from The Batman, the Patman as I like to call it. I don't have a Batman suit, like full suit Batman from the movie. They're hard to find. I'm gonna get one soon. And then we have our Gotham Knights Mcfarland Red Hood with the signature finger banger blasters, because McFarlane doesn't want, or not McFarlane, DC doesn't want any guns with their characters that are obsessed with guns and kill people with guns. But yeah, he's a pretty good matchup with a lot of different lines. Mafex is very neutral, 1/12 scale, where they can kind of fit him with most, excluding Storm collectibles. They're infamously large. They are some thick-ass boys, and they don't scale well with most other things. But yeah, that's gonna be it for size comparisons. I don't have a ton. As my collection grows, my size comparison segments will be a little more interesting and a little more relevant. But yeah, like I said, he's a great figure. We're gonna go ahead and do a moral of the story and finish up here. All right, so moral of the story here. This is a fantastic figure. I mean, for my first Mafex, it's left a good impression. I have three more that I've since gotten that I'm going to be reviewing. Those are going to be great. I'm excited. But my few little gripes are that I do wish that the color was as rich as it is on the box. The shading on here looks really cool, makes everything look really toned. I don't really have that shading on my figure. There's very just lighter gray bits around the knee, some around the abdomen. Looks like it was just kind of just sprayed, you know, spot sprayed. I don't know why my camera won't focus here. It's a little irritating. But yeah, the shading is not there, very slightly. But that's fine. It's not a huge deal. I'm not complaining. The colors, again, aren't as rich. My face looks very pale compared to the toned, tanned, olive, whatever face that's on here. Again, not a huge thing. That's not going to make or break the figure for me. I am very bad at standing this figure because his legs are real spindly. But if you're in the market for a very, very nice, just neutral, badass Batman, he is a very good pick. If you can get the black version for a reasonable price and not get annihilated by a scalper, he comes with a better stand. The stand that it comes with is just a generic plastic stand. I'm getting Kyoto Revoltech stand vibes, and I don't like that. If this can focus, of course it's not going to. There it is. It's got a little Phillips head that you can tighten the joints because they are a little loose, you know. But it's okay. I'm perfectly fine with it. Camera needs to focus. There we go. But overall, you know, I'm not going to start with the number scaling because I don't think I'm really that experienced with these to start giving number ratings. But the cape is great. I mean, you can get some really cool pictures out of this. I'm gonna have a great time. Great time photographing this figure. It's gonna be a good time. Also, the cape in the pictures on the box make it look like it's made of like a velvet, where that's clearly not the case, but it's very velvety there. I wonder if maybe the pre-production models had that velvet material. Maybe they realized it wasn't cost effective. They didn't want to charge, you know, $130 for this figure like they're charging with the black version, I guess because it comes with that gargoyle stand. but very affordable. I was able to get lucky with a trade. I traded a Street Fighter 2 Ken Storm Collectibles figure. I have a Violent Ken, so that is fine with me. This also is going to mark the last appearance of our buddy Ryu here. He is being shipped off tomorrow. I am trading him for a Storm Collectibles Lobo, and I am very, very excited to review that. That's going to be great. He comes with some really cool stuff. He comes with a freaking cigar that I can use for our Revoltech Wolverine, and I'm really excited that I don't have to commission one or attempt to make one. So we're going to go ahead and give him a little send-off. I know he's upset. He doesn't want to go, and his head just came off. So I'm going to pop that back on. But yeah, it's been a good run. I've gotten some really cool photos out of him. But yeah, he's our trusty helper here. He was blocking off the Shrek distraction. But yeah, he's gonna have a good time wherever he's going. But again, let's get him off screen. He's a little distracted. Again, shout out to Open Box Mafia. Shout out to my buddy Peter, who was able to get me, my buddy, he's family. He was, was able to hook me up with the connections and get me linked up with the Open Box Mafia guys. That was, that allowed me to receive this figure and some others that I'm going to be reviewing soon. But again, thank you for watching all this way. I hope you buy him. His cape alone is worth it. The Batarangs alone are worth it. His Grape snow cone stained teeth are worth it. And just do it for the cape. I mean, look at that freaking cape. It's so cool. I'm gonna get some really, really cool pictures out of this guy, and I'm gonna get them posted at the end. Enjoy them. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, week, month, life, everything. It's so good to be doing this. I can't wait to get more out to you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you buy this figure, and I'll see you around for the next one.